Alright, hey everyone, this is Nate and this is the Nader Tater channel. Alright, I have my castle playset here. I built it 4 years ago, and the girls are grown bigger, and so now the swing side, which the swing beam is about 7 feet high, and it's kind of too short for the 6-year-old, 6.5-year-old. She now goes full horizontal and gets chain slack, and so I want to build a taller swing set for them, but not of course tear up the castle. So I'm going to add on to the castle, and to do that I'm going to go on this side where this tube slide is. I'm actually going to add a big 6x6 beam that is 10 feet high, so it's going to reach up there on top of the railing, not the full height one, but the top of the railing there, just above the slide. It's going to be a 20-foot beam that comes out over here, and that will have 3 swings on it that are 10-foot high swing beam, and then monkey bars on this side that will support that. So I didn't do much of a drawing, just a quick sketch. You probably can't even see much there on the screen, but it just shows how long of a beam I need, and then sketching out for my monkey bars. But I do have some purchased products I got to help make it easier, and that includes these swings with 80-inch chains on them, which should be the right length chain to for a 10-foot high beam. These are the pre-made monkey bars, so they're 21.5-inch wide beam, nice already powder coat painted green to kind of match the rest of it, and then some connectors. These are 2-piece connectors to attach the 6x6 main beam to a 4x4 to help support it down. You'll see how that works out on the attaching the swing beam to the monkey bars. So I'll go through that, and I got some other add-on stuff as well, but hopefully it's pretty quick. My first step here is to dig up the grass, so it's all level, or not quite level, but at least flat with this other ground, so I can put new rubber mulch down. I got my trailer up there full of the lumber, and now basically I'm going to mark out the new square I got to cut out, and then we'll get to work to dig it out and put beams and stuff up. Alright, so I got the ground mostly cut down a couple inches, get below the grass and the roots. So I got some bare ground there. Try to smooth it out best I can. And then I went ahead and sort of built part of the monkey bars here, enough so I could use it as a guide to get it square off of the castle. And then mark my red dots there for where I'm going to put the post holes. You can see probably need a little bit more space here, so I'll have to dig some of that out a little bit. I didn't quite make my my surface big enough, so I'll widen that up by hand a little bit. But let's get to digging these post holes, and then I'll put 4x4s in, and they'll give me a structure for the monkey bars, and I can later do the overhead beam. Alright, well here we are the next morning. I gave up on it about midnight to get some rest, but I got the big beam up. That was the hardest part, the 6x6 beam. And I put a temporary vertical 4x4 up there to put it on something to rest, make sure I got it level. And then I was able to get this bracketry all figured out. It's kind of a tight fit. It's designed for a 4x6 going into 4x4. This is a 6x6, but the brackets are cut in half, so it can actually handle any nominal 6-inch tall piece of wood. And but it's very tight. I have to hammer it on with a mallet to get it to fit the 6x6, and then for the 4x4s to fit in there, really I trimmed down the first 5 inches of them to get them to fit in there. Otherwise, it would not fit in there. So I grabbed some more screws anyways as well, because the screws I had wouldn't work for those, or the monkey bars, the screws that came included with them, are not rated for treated lumber. With treated lumber, you have to make sure you get triple coated or especially coated screws so they don't rust away in the treated chemicals that are in there. So now it's a matter of putting the other brackets on, getting some more bracing set up, and trying to get this thing squared up and all true when I screw it together. All right, there we go. It took about 3 days, I would say. I spread it over actually like 5 days, but 2 of the days, the weekends, I didn't work actually on it. we got it all set up. I obviously have to let it dry all the way because it's treated lumber before I can stain it. So I'll stain it to match the castle as well. With I'm using this Bear Premium or Ultra semi-solid stain, I think is what it is, and it's held up pretty good. The horizontal surfaces on the top of the castle after 4 years have some flaking, but the verticals are very good still. So here it is. You know, it works really well. The swings are definitely a big improvement for height and fun versus the little ones that are tucked in underneath the bridge there. So the girls really like that. They're 80-inch chain length with a 10-foot high beam. So it's a little bit high for a kid, but it's a perfect height for an adult. You basically can go right to it and sit on it and have your feet not drag at all. So I thought about extending the chains a little bit, but I think it's actually about the right height. And then I put the big mats down. These are like horse stall mats I get from Tractor Supply, and that's just so the kids don't kick the rubber. But with the high chairs, they actually don't do it anyways, but that's a little extra protection. Otherwise, they tend to dig divots out of the expensive rubber mulch. So overall cost was about $1,500, I think, and almost half that was the rubber mulch. So the rubber mulch, I bought 100 bags, I think exactly, and on sale with discount, that's $600 still for just the rubber mulch. So just the swing set itself, with the monkey bars, including purchasing all of the swings and the prefabricated bars, the prefabricated brackets up there, and the really expensive hardware. So I used a lot of the RSS, so the structural screws from GRK, to really add a lot of strength. These are like 5-inch screws or 4-inch screws. Those are really expensive. You have to get the triple coated, specially coated stuff for this ground contact treated lumber. But so I did, and it works well. This is the perfect size for the 6-year-old to get up there. I might eventually, we'll see, actually unscrew some of these as the kids get older, because they might get kind of in the way. An adult with the 7-foot high can just jump and grab it without any kind of steps to get up to it. So it's a 7-foot high monkey bar, and that's why I have the extension to get to the 10-foot high swing beam. So I didn't want the monkey bars to be 10 feet high, and I didn't want the swing beam to be 7 feet high, because that's how high the swing is over there. So up here in the castle, I did a lot of triangulation and supports. I also put like a 4x4 post underneath the 6x6 up there to give some more direct support, but triangulating it all the way. This is a 6x6 beam, which I have spanning about 12 feet, I believe, which is plenty good for it. You can actually do a 4x6 beam and span it about 12 feet, about the max. That's what I see, like some of the kits that have just the brackets. You buy a 4x6. But I wanted a 20-foot long beam so I could tie into the castle really well and tie into the monkey bars. And so to get that, I had to go up to a 6x6 beam, just from a purchasing standpoint. But I also felt a little better about having the 6x6 versus a 4x6 for that big of a beam. I want to have the ability to have full-size adults on here, and it feels pretty sturdy. So that's what it is. If you have any questions, put them in the comments down below, and I will try to get to them. Thanks for watching.